Kishmers here. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing my style on how I conceal these brows when they look like this. I haven't had time to go and get my eyebrows done, so I thought why not share how I usually conceal them when I do have to wear a full face of makeup. Not going anywhere, doing nothing, but just want to put makeup on, but I don't want my brows to look like this because it really ruins my eye makeup. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So to start off, I'm going to be using a color corrector because I have darker hair. So to really kind of make it minimized, you would need to use a color corrector based on your skin tone. So based on my skin tone, anything orange, peachy, salmon type of colors work. So anything in that shade range you can use. I'm using the one from Basanti, but you can use any, to be honest. And this one is a liquid form. I would though recommend more of a solid form of a concealer, like a cream or a paste instead of a liquid. I can't see in that mirror, so I'm gonna use this one. So you literally just go to town with it. You apply a generous amount underneath. Of course it's not gonna take the natural texture that your hair has, but trust me, it will make a big difference. So we just put it like this on both sides, and don't touch it yet, just kind of let it dry. So I'll come back once I do the other side. So the key to having full coverage, to get full coverage out of either a concealer, foundation, or anything liquid or cream, is to let it kind of set a little bit before you go ahead and blend it out with a brush or a sponge, because once it's dried, it's harder for it to blend. So it kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it just gives you more coverage. I hope that makes sense. So now it's kind of like getting dry a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like take a brush. I would not recommend using a beauty blender because that's just gonna shear out the coverage, and what you want is more coverage in that area, so it could really conceal those hair. So yeah, I'm just gonna start not right on the product, but like kind of underneath it to make it fade into the skin. Because if you blend it right out like completely, then it's gonna not be there and your hair is gonna show. When you're concealing like with the color corrector under eyes, it's different, because there's no like kind of texture there, there's no hair there, it's just the discoloration. But over here, you wanna kind of keep a firm hand and just like around the color corrector, just like so. And then do the same thing for the top. I'm really doing it like away from the actual hairline. And don't worry about the orangeness, it will go away with the concealer or foundation. And then whatever is left on the brush, just kind of come in the middle. I didn't want to put actual like color corrector in the middle, because I don't have much going on. So you can see already like the difference. It's insane. Okay, so the color corrector is done on both eyes. Now the next part would be any foundation. So I'm just using the MAC Pro Longwear foundation in NC20. It's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but that's all what I could find right now, so I'll just use that. And just a tiny bit, not too much. I just poured a little bit on the back of my hand, grab it with the brush, and then same thing, just kind of go over wherever you've applied the color corrector to take that orange peachy tone away. And then you're packing it on right now. Just like so. And then same thing for the top. You're packing it on. Okay, and just kind of leave it alone for 30 seconds and then blend it out. Okay, so after you've done that, I'm just doing it on my eyes, like the concealer as well, because I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup for no reason. So as you can see, like the color is lighter than my skin tone, but it will oxidize, so it'll be fine. It looks like this so far. And if you're wondering, I just realized I didn't mention, I did not fill in my eyebrows at all. because I usually don't, but right now I'm just gonna do just a little bit, not too much. Usually I would recommend filling in, if you are someone who fills in their eyebrows every time, fill it in prior to concealing the brow hair, but I don't fill it in. So usually I just kind of at the end, wherever I see something, any like bigger gaps, I just fill it in at the end, and just to kind of make it a little bit more sharp. There you go. That's all the filling, and just take a spoolie and just kind of brush it upwards. This whole step would be done prior if you are someone who is used to, you know, filling up their brows and brushing it up like this. Okay, now the final step, not final, like the second last step would be a fuller coverage concealer and then the powder on top. So concealer that I will be using is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. Just gonna take this thing and just apply it, and with this one I'm gonna wait as long as I waited for the color corrector, because even though it is full coverage, but it's very thin. And this one is really gonna kind of open up the eye area, especially when you put on the eye makeup. And just a tiny bit on top, wherever I see the coverage is needed, and just kind of wait a minute and then blend it out with the same brush. By the way, this brush is from Sephora collection, it's the number 57. Okay, so I think it's been about a minute. I don't know, I'm really impatient. I'm just gonna go ahead and start to blend that out. Same technique, just kind of underneath. As you can see, I'm not going like directly in the hairline, because then that just defeats the purpose, and you blend it all out and the hair still shows. And this is not something that I do all the time. It's only if I am planning to do like a full face of makeup. Usually I actually pluck or thread my own eyebrows, but I've just been lazy, so I haven't had time to do any of these things. I'm like, I'll just go and get it done, but I don't want to ruin it, you know. Just like that, and a little bit in the middle. So now it's super bright, but trust me, once you have the full face of makeup on, it will look much more kind of blended. So that kind of, this is it, and then I'll just set it with powder and then kind of do the whole can't speak today, kind of do like the whole face, full face makeup. Maybe I'll fast forward and then show you that way, and then at the end I'll come back and show you the final result. For watching how I conceal my brows. I hope you got some tips from it, and this is just a completed look. I just used actually a blush as my pink eyeshadow, and then I used the Anastasia Rivera palette, and on my lips there's just a matte MAC matte liquid lipstick, and then with the MAC gloss on top, and this sparkle that you see is from Urban Decay. If you have any questions, let me know about the products that I may have not mentioned. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays.